Haven't done a recording in a bit. I decided to forfeit the old one because fuck it, I want to do it in one take. So I'll stick with whatever mistakes I'll make here. So 2 topics that I want to cover in the video. One is the usage of turbo controllers. And the other is, are you paid by GDQ or not? The eternal mystery. So Luswell recently, or I believe yesterday by this point of recording, let's see, it's like, yeah, it's the 20th of June, decided to tweet at someone who was very much in favor for making turbo controllers a thing that should be in most, if not every single game on leaderboards. So Luswell, of course, had to take to it that I believe is the most reasonable take. It is complete asinine bullshit to do that. Because, by the way, we already have something for that. It's called tool-assisted speedrun. This is why we also do not allow hardware manipulation. Or, I don't know, software manipulation, aka you just code in whatever you need. Looking at you, Dream, by the way. And Carl Jobson and all and everyone else who decided to take money from him. But let's get beyond that. That's just a sidebar that I could go into for like a pretty long time. Don't worry. No one cares though, right? Because it's speedrunning. And he did say, we have a situation where some people want to use turbo and they demand to allow turbo in the main category. The solution seems easy, right? Create a turbo category, right? So a new category is created only for them. Reading his tweet out verbatim, by the way. But no, these people have ego issues and want the categories merged. I think they just have a lot of insecurities and they want participation trophies. Because if you go into one of these categories, even with turbo controller, guys, it's a participation trophy. There are some people, of course, because that is the crux of this eternal issue that will probably be called ableism if not addressed, because Americans are just beautiful for that, for bringing that shit into the whole world. Where people like, I think it was Uncapable and others who cannot properly use their limbs for gaming. Yeah. Turbo button for you makes sense, right? There are people... By the way, do you know Broly Face? It's a very famous fighting game player who is entirely crippled and who beats people up with just using his face on the controller. We should definitely allow turbo controllers, guys. Because these people are speaking for people like Broly Face, who can steamroll you with just their face in a fighting game with a controller. There are people who have like a hitbox thing who can't even do that. It's just amazing. No, I don't believe you should make a new category. There's a whole website dedicated to it called testvideos.org. It's a tool-assisted speedrun. We are already past the point of common sense, where we say that, yeah, putting this game on a hot plate with the NES, definitely a good idea. Or this instant stop and swap magic that could potentially forever damage either the console or the game module. How more insane is it already? Like, yeah, just make a category, anything goes. Whatever. Don't care. But a turbo controller? Why? I will never understand that. It's called tool assisted. Add it to there, see how you do. Second topic, of course, is something that I happened to stumble upon yesterday because someone replied to the... Ooh, the Yeti has me blocked even now. Cool. Fuck you, I guess. I will never do business with you again. So he basically replied at the Yeti siding with the SPLC. Now, a perennial reminder that might be worthwhile listening for all of you guys. I am a German. I'm not even from the US. And I think that the SPLC seems to largely blackmail people by forcing lawsuits onto them for things that are hate crimes and other things. Not too hard on them. I wouldn't partner with them either. That shit, especially if you side with this political shit, tends to come back to bite you. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. And he said he wouldn't buy anytime soon from them. Well, now that I'm blocked by the Yeti, I guess I will never give them my patronage for the rest of my natural life. That's it. And an Eternal Enigma replied to that tweet with, "Damn, the Yeti should just shut it all down, now they don't have to support." Yeah, that is, by the way, the logic of people like you who hate Chick-fil-A. Once again, German, I don't know how I'm this deeply familiar with the fact that Chick-fil-A to you guys is apparently homophobic or transphobic or whatever you hate at the day, because it is a fast food restaurant that hates you for, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how a fucking cheap piece of chicken breast can hate you. But apparently, according to you fucking Americans, who have, by the way, completely given this ideology back to the world, thank you for that. We all needed that. Because now a fast food restaurant, or rather a menu item, can hate you for your identity. I wasn't aware of that a hamburger or a shitty piece of chicken meat can hate you, but you've made it possible. Congrats. And I just asked him, because I read his bio, unfortunately, and he said that he reads GDQ donations. I asked him, you ever did that whole, I wonder how much GDQ makes per t-shirt sale? Or we just pretend you don't get anything for merch? You're an absolute moron, and probably go, yes, Queen, slay, whenever you see a cancelled Chick-fil-A or other shit. So mind your business. Or you're just excited you piss yourself reading greetings from Germany. I actually am, and I'm pretty good at it too. He fails to respond to the most important claims. That is, if you wonder how much money they make. Huh, weird. Then I asked him, wonder if you're employed by GDQ or just a volunteer gets taken advantage of. That's just one of those forever mysteries with you. Totally not a wordplay on an Eternal Enigma, by the way. It's just a forever mystery, I guess. And he can't respond to that either. These people cannot respond to that. So, this is basically the crux of this entire point. And the purpose of talking about GDQ. To the point where it has to get a video. Because I have to talk about it, because I can't believe no one else does it. GDQ either gives you an NDA that clamps your balls to death if you decide to ever even just volunteer for them, so you can't even talk about compensation, or you are all utterly so corrupt that if you were to say I got paid, that 30 other people, when they look at what they do relatively to what you have done or what you are doing, is going to go like, you get paid for that? Interesting. Wonder how much. I thought you guys loved unions. Just an aside. I guess GDQ workers and volunteers should unionize. Oh wait, if they don't even talk about it, or if they're not allowed to talk about it, because it's totally not like a little fucking cult of people that you have there, that you all have to accept, or you will cancel them or some other shit. I don't know what you guys have in your backhand. Don't care about it. You all fucking have so many skeletons in your closet by this point. It's amazing. And just by the way, as the reminder that is very important to say, GDQ is a limited business operating within the US. Or from within the US, depending on if they decide to give money to like the Medicine Sans Frontières like this time. Don't care if I butchered French pronunciation. Don't care about French. Thing is, my boys, they are a company, and if you work for them on working level conditions, you should demand payment. They are not a charity drive. They organize charity drives, and their main way of revenue generation that I can see, that we all can see, is Yeti t-shirts, is their own merch, is the 10-month sub. I think it's 10 months that they make subscription money from, because they keep saying during the months where HDQ or SGQ is happening, every single last bit of revenue goes toward that charity. Can't, by the way, prove it or disprove it. I don't know. They don't even have to lay it out. Although I believe donations technically have to be disclosed that way for obvious reasons, but it's just one of those things that no one asks about because, quite frankly, they know better. Ask yourself, would you consider this serious business? If this level of hush-hush, who gets paid and who doesn't, I would. I'd be scared shitless of that thing you call the IRS. By the way, If you are ESA and you have your CEO within the human resources department, for whatever reason, I will never understand that, by the way, Edenol. Maybe you can explain that one day. I find that as an ethical concern. I believe within the European Union that, by the way, is a little bit easier to get sued over, or to potentially run into troubles. Don't worry about it. You all not serious business. You all are fucking corrupt as shit. Like most esports orgs. Welcome to E-Entertainment. Welcome to esports. Welcome to speedrunning. It's basically the same shit. Just, the one guy has diarrhea and the other is pressing out a big turd on the bed. Bye.